going to be very close. Hoosiers believe they came up with a stop. It is a first down by the nose. He doesn't buy it.
That's what it took to be able to pick up their second first down of the game. 8 offensive linemen, if you include the guys they brought in at fullback and tight end. 8 offensive linemen, and you can see the football.
I never see that.
He got it by, just a couple inches.
It did look like the ball had gotten that mark by the time he hit the ground. First down throw, and wide open is C.J. Sanders. Finally, an explosive play with a pass game for Miami. They're at the Indiana 40. Again, pushing and shoving way back behind the play.
And a great job here. We're going to work this levels concept. Here's Daniels right here. He's just working at that second level. He's able to get around more of the safety, and a heck of a job there from a timing standpoint by Carson Beck. Got back, had confidence in Malachi Tony underneath, had the confidence to make the throw up and over more of the safety for a good call there on 1st and 10. You run it, and you mix in play action.
Nice layered throw, does that very well. Beck hoping he can build on that 25-yard gain. Tony on the edge. Cignetti said they'd have multiple plans, he and Brian Haynes, to stop number 10 because one plan isn't enough. So far, so good.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Malachi Tony hasn't had a lot of space to work with. And, I think that they have a really good feel based on Malachi Tony moving, pre-snap movement when he motions out to this time where Keelan Marion was, number 0. That's an indicator. They feel like there's a few tails on when they go with that quick tunnel screen. They reacted very quickly on that one to bottle him up.
3 catches for Tony, but only 11 yards. Closing in on the 2-minute timeout. And Miami will not snap it. So Indiana in charge, 10-0. Miami before halftime trying to put something on the board. The Hoosiers will get the football to begin the second half. All crimson and cream on the Canes home field so far tonight. what his team is doing, how good it looks on the field. That was the fourth down reaction. Miami had to do that just to keep this drive alive. And now they move the ball inside the 40 of Indiana.
Tough to make big plays against this Indiana defense. They take away the explosives. They make you earn it.
Fletcher to the left side. Quick penetration. That was D'Angelo Pons off the corner to grab the running back by the ankles.
Yeah, it's amazing how corners a lot of times are known for their ability to cover, but this guy's 173 pounds, 5'9". He just goes right around the offensive lineman. I don't know if they didn't see him, they just ignored him. He's a little guy, don't worry about him. He goes around him, gets low, brings Fletcher down.
I don't think the play design accounts for a guy that quick to get in there.
Yeah, I mean, he just... Markel Bell was pulling around, didn't even worry about it.
Here's a 3rd and 8. Miami really not in solid field goal range. Quick pitch. Keelan Marion makes the catch. He's spun down short of the marker. It's going to be about 4th and 2. Kamara made the play, and then does Cristobal go for this one?
Yeah, that time they tried to use Malachi Tony as a decoy in motion. Jet sweep, try to catch the defense's eyes, and then go back to the boundary to Keelan Marion, and actually got him some positive yards with the defense completely dialed in on Tony, who has 3 catches, only 11 yards. They're going to let this clock go down.
Well, that game moved him into field goal range. Carter Davis, this would be about a 50-yarder. Let's see if he's going to let it run down, take a timeout.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're trying to go for it and then reach the end zone, you're taking away a lot of time potentially. Doesn't seem to be the plan. It's the kind of thing you do if you're going to kick a field goal.
Yep. And I think that's what they're doing. Yep.
Well, it's been a grinding game, and Indiana's showing that they can win football games different ways. It doesn't have to be the Heisman guy pitching it around with a lot of spectacular throws. It's line of scrimmage dominance really on both sides so far.
Yeah, kind of what the scouting report said about the game coming in was, as much as people talk about Miami and their physicality, the reality is coming into this game, nobody's playing better at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball than Indiana. And so that's what we all thought. Can their physicality step up to match Indiana's? In his first half, the Hoosiers have kind of had their way of things. But with that being said, it's 10-0. Not a ton of possessions.
Davis, who kicked a game-winning field goal here against Notre Dame in the opener. That was from 47. This is from 50. And it doinks off the right upright. That's the 2nd time he's doinked one in the CFP. He was 1 of 4 in windy conditions at Texas A&M. And the Canes come up empty. And Indiana will take a lead to the locker room and get the football to begin the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, that's the key. The fact that they're getting the football back to start the 2nd half. And then Miami, their first opportunity, they try to come away with points. They miss it.
What is it with goalposts all of a sudden? It's like a magnet for the football in the games we do. There were 2 doinks, one by each kicker in the Miami Ole Miss game. And of course, he had one against A&M.
Now the question is, with Mendoza and the confidence they have in him, with the time that they have remaining, are they thinking about trying to get the field goal range themselves, or are they going to work the clock and just get out of here?
They hand it off to Hendy. Powers forward. They do have a couple of timeouts, so Cignetti chooses to be aggressive and press his advantage here. Mercedes-Benz halftime report is coming up. Seeing Nick Saban, Lee Stavers, special guest Marcus Freeman, along with Desmond. And goes up from the pocket, low throw, catch made by the midfield by Becker. Indiana's got their long-distance kicker, Brendan Frankie, back. They don't need to get too much farther to get him a chance. Clock winding down to 3 seconds. I think he's hollering. I think he expected to take that timeout earlier. They have 2 to work with. Holly?
Guys, you were talking about Brendan Frankie. He's their long-distance field goal kicker, but he's been hurt. He had surgery this year, and he hasn't had the range. I just saw him running sprints. He was going about 50 yards down the sideline, making sure his groin hamstring and legs are warmed up. He hit a 57-yarder in practice this week here in Miami, so he's ready to rock. He was putting some mileage down here.
He hit a 57-yarder in warm-up that hit the net, so he's got a strong leg.
Let's go back. They ran the football, and then they just kind of let the clock, they had 2 timeouts, they let the clock go down. I thought they might get aggressive. And then they threw the football, and they get positive yards, but they wasted at least 15 seconds by just running the ball and not necessarily having a lot of urgency. So 3 seconds left, the ball's at midfield, but boy, they could have had a lot more time to work with.
They're going to reset it to 5, but I agree with you. Becker made the catch plenty of time. You think it's certainly there in Frankie's range with one more completion.
Yep. Now they got the 1 timeout. You wonder if you're going trips into the boundary, try to get something out of the hands of Mendoza quickly to just try to get closer.
Miami's playing it like it's a Hail Mary. They're way off those receivers, and that's what Mendoza's thinking as he steps back and launches into heavy traffic near the pylon, and it's going to be incomplete. Becker was out there, but well defended. So Miami comes up empty, the late field goal miss, and Indiana with 169 total yards.
All right, guys, we're about to end it because it's halftime.
And the stats.
We're going to turn the stream back on after half, so y'all subscribe so y'all can tune in after half.
Does make the grab, but well out of bounds. Let's go to Molly with Mario Cristobal.
Coach, down 10-0 after that missed field goal. What will you emphasize at the half?
Well, then one thing, we're finally trying to get some offensive stuff going. Defensively, we played a great half. We hurt ourselves with that 1 penalty, sustained a drive. And then down here, we got a good call to try to make a play. We didn't get it. We didn't communicate it. So we got to go in there. We got to fix our own stuff. They're a really good football team. We got to play Hurricane football.
All right, thank you, Coach. Holly.
Coach Signetti, they're hitting your quarterback. How is that impacting your offense and his ability to get in a rhythm?
Well, there's 3 personal fouls on the quarterback not called in one drive that need to be called because they're obvious personal fouls. I'm all for letting them play, but when you cross the line, you got to call it. And they were black and white calls. So we got some 3rd down conversions on cross against double mug. That's helped. We got a 2-score lead. Defense hasn't let them in the end zone or on the scoreboard. We get the ball first. Sure, it'd be nice to go down there and score a touchdown.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Comprehensive, thorough, surprisingly so. Signetti and the Hoosiers come down to South Florida. They have a crowd edge here and a 10-0 edge at halftime.
Mercedes-Benz halftime report.